Hi folks, this is a quick tutorial on synthetic substitution. A quick word on what this is. This is very simply, this is a way to evaluate a function. And we use it particularly when we have something that's a little bit nastier. I want to evaluate what f of 3 is. So instead of putting 3 directly into this function here and doing 2 times 3 to the 4th minus 8 times 3 squared and so on, we have a different way that gets rid of using the variables and is a little kind of a compact way of doing this. So first thing I need to know is that I don't have an x cubed term. So I'm just going to write this out again real fast here so that you see that this is really 0x cubed. And that's going to become important for us because the algorithm that I'm going to put this through needs to recognize that we need that placeholder there. So first thing I'm going to do is drop all my variables and their exponents and just write these coefficients down here in order. And I'm going to put them into this little, I just make this kind of little vertical and horizontal line just to separate. We're going to get some numbers down here. We're going to get some numbers over here. I'm going to start actually by putting the value I want, the input I want to put into my function is going to go out here. And then I'm going to get rid of that expression there. So again, just to recap where we are, I just took my coefficients up here, the 2, the 0, the -8, the 5, the -7, I wrote them here, and my input I'm going to stick out here. So what I'm going to do now is a series of adding down and then multiplying. So I'm going to add down, starting with the first number here, 2. I'm going to add down. Well, there's nothing there to add to, so 2 plus nothing is going to give us 2. And then I'm going to multiply 3 times this number down here, and I'm going to write that solution, that product, right over here. 3 times 2 is going to give me 6. And then I'm going to add down again. 0 plus 6 is 6, and that number I'm going to put down here. And then I'm going to keep doing this. 3 times 6 is 18, all the way through until I get a number eventually all the way down here. So I'm just going to keep doing this now rather quickly here. -8 plus 18 is going to give me 10. 3 times 10 will give me 30. Add down again, 5 plus 30 is 35, and again 3 times 35, pardon that, is 105, and I'm going to add down, and the cool thing about this, believe it or not, this value here is the value that is f of 3. That we would get the same thing if we put 3 into this function and had to worry about the negative there and making sure that we do 3 to the 4th correctly. But just by adding and multiplying, I can actually get the value f of 3 rather simply there. So let's, why don't you folks try this one now. Repeat the process that I just did there. I'll give you a little hint here. Remember, you need to put a placeholder in there for 0x squared. But you folks give it a shot now. You might want to pause it here. I'm going to give you the solution. But go ahead and pause it now. And you should get a solution. You should find out that g of -2 is 47. So if you've got that, looks like you followed the procedure correctly. And we'll do some more synthetic substitution when I see you guys in class. Great. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys later on.